If you've ever had a kerfuffle with Knuffle Bunny or pigeonholed the pigeon driving the bus, Mo Willems is probably very familiar to you. The best-selling author has assembled a team of Storytime All-Stars for his first ever live-action family comedy special. Take a look.
Your pal, Mo Willems, presents...
Pigeon! Hi, Mo! What are you doing here? Don't you know the title of the show is Don't Let the Pigeon Do Storytime?
I'll be back.
And Mo is joining me now. Mo, good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, Sarah. It's very nice to be here.
So this is your first ever live action family comedy special. Tell me how this came together, if it was something that you always dreamed about doing.
It's a very long project. I've been working on this project for about 8 years. I started out in stand-up, and I was a sketch performer, and I actually started a group that then became The State, which was a show on MTV. And I remained friends with all of those guys. And there's a big festival in San Francisco called the Sketch Fest. And I thought, wouldn't it be fun to get my comedian buddies from The State and other people that I know on stage, and we'll just sort of read my books and jump around and be silly. And so we did that. It was awesome. And I wanted to do it again and again and again. And finally now to have this huge, fantastic concert hall. I mean, this place where great musicians and performers have performed doing my silly books. It's a dream come true.
So tell us about this team of Storytime All-Stars that you've gathered. Have you known them before? Are they just big Mo super fans?
Some of them I'm big fans of. Some of them I did with Sketchfest. So Tom Lennon I've known for 30 years. Cameron Esposito I just met. So it was a weird mix of people. But let me put it this way. The show is not for the kids. It's for the grown-ups.
Yeah.
And the idea is to get the grown-ups to be silly. So if they see Anthony Anderson being silly, then they're going to say, oh man, maybe I could be silly too. Or if they see Yvette Nicole Brown singing a song, they're like, at bedtime, maybe I can sing a song too. So the real point of the show is to give grown-ups a shamectomy.
A shamectomy. All right.
Yeah.
So in essence, the grown-ups getting sillier then bring that to their kids, and makes their relationship that much more fun.
It's magic. I mean, you have kids, that bedtime story, you just have no idea how important that is for you, for them.
If I'm correct, Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus was your first published book, right?
That's correct. Exactly.
How did you come up with the whole Don't Let the Pigeon concept, and did you know it would become what it is today?
No, I had no idea. I figured either no one was going to read it or no one was going to read it. Here's the great thing about books. Earlier in my career, I worked in television, and there was a lot of risk. And so in television, it's harder for someone to say, I'm going to take a rat with wings, make kids yell no, and talk about public transportation. Right?
Yeah.
With a book, it wasn't that much of a risk for the publisher. So they thought it was unusual. I thought it was unusual. And it turns out kids love to yell no in a library.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They love to yell no anywhere, really.
Exactly.
You are obviously not a child, but you speak to children so well. How do you kind of keep that childlike perspective alive in your work?
I'm on the side of the child, which means that I'm not always on your side. So that's the first thing. And I think the second thing is just to admit and to understand and to relate how difficult it is to be a kid. Even a happy child or a happy childhood is difficult. Everything is new. You've just shown up at the party. You don't know what's going on. None of the furniture is made to your scale. You don't understand if you fail, whether it's the end of the world or it's not. And so I have the same sort of philosophical neuroses as a 4-year-old.
Okay. Well, that'll do it. Thank you for producing these amazing books that everyone, kids and adults, are loving. And the special is going to be so much fun. You can catch Mo Willems and the Storytime All-Stars present Don't Let the Pigeon Do Storytime on HBO Max now. Thank you so much, Mo. It's been such a pleasure.
Really a joy. Thanks so much. Take care, Sarah.